Humans are the most dominant yet destructive predators on the planet. Every day we hunt, farm, and consume countless animals. But physically, we're weak. No claws, no fangs, no powerful jaws. Our success comes from intelligence, the ability to make tools, build weapons, and create shelter. Basically, if lions could talk, they'd probably call us soft, weak, and overrated, the lamest predator in the wild. And they wouldn't be wrong either, since most of us can't even run a mile without struggling to breathe. Without our weapons and tools, we'd be nothing more than easy targets. And that's why, if these three predators that I'm about to show you ever sat down on a Joe Rogan podcast, they'd probably agree on one thing: humans are dangerous, and messing with us is never worth it. In this video, we'll look at three apex predators that don't regularly hunt humans, and why the reasons might not be what you expect. The first predator takes us into the oceans. Orcas are among the most skilled hunters alive, unmatched in their environment. Despite being called killer whales, they're actually the largest members of the dolphin family. The name came from sailors who saw them attacking massive whales. Today, orcas are one of the most widespread animals on Earth, found from the Arctic to the Antarctic, and even swimming miles up rivers to chase fish. One orca, known as Lulu, shocked everyone by traveling 100 miles inland along the Columbia River in Oregon. And I don't know about Europeans, but that should be like at least 3 meters. Their intelligence is one of their greatest strengths. And honestly, we should be thankful they don't have hands like ours, because with brains like that, they'd probably be out here building fighter jets and fighting us. Jokes aside, orcas have the second largest brains of all marine mammals, behind only sperm whales. This intelligence supports advanced communication, teamwork, and family bonds. If in the future, I read a study that orcas get married like humans and start asking for divorce lawyers, I wouldn't even be shocked. But you get the point. They already solved the equation that 2 orcas are stronger than 1. Now let's talk about what they eat, because that connects directly to why they don't hunt us. Different populations of orcas have different hunting cultures. Some focus on fish, others on seals, and a few have become notorious for hunting great white sharks. When they kill them, they often eat only the liver, which is the most nutrient-rich part. They take their diet very seriously. And no, they don't use Ozempic to lose weight. They just travel a lot, choose their food wisely, and hunt like they have a PhD in survival. In polar regions, groups have been seen working together to create waves that knock seals off ice sheets. In short, if an orca chooses you as a target, just start praying. You have literally no chance of surviving. With power like this, it's strange that there are no confirmed cases of wild orcas deliberately killing humans. Attacks in captivity have happened, mostly due to stress and poor treatment. And if you've ever seen an orca in captivity, you'll notice another disturbing sign. Their dorsal fins collapse, something that almost never happens in the wild. But in captivity, it's the norm. So why don't orcas hunt humans? Some argue it's because we don't provide enough calories, but how would they even know that if they've never tasted us? That doesn't stand for me. My closest guess is that it's about their intelligence. They already know what would happen if they ever attacked a human. We've wiped out species far less threatening. If they turned on us, retaliation would be swift and brutal. Now let's move on to land. Wolves. These animals are legendary hunters. They don't rely on speed, but stamina. They'll chase prey for miles until it collapses. The same strategy a boxer uses to tire out his opponent and finish him with a knockout in the later rounds. But here's the difference. A boxer fights alone. Wolves fight in packs. Their teamwork makes them operate more like a Navy SEAL unit than a single fighter. Basically, if wolves could talk, they'd probably say, "Never mess with humans." They're dangerous, unpredictable, and crazy enough to wipe out anything they fear. And then they'd turn around and run as far away from us as possible. Wolves learned the hard way that humans are the one enemy you don't test. Think about it. Would you try to attack and eat an alien if you were hungry, but saw it holding some weird object you didn't understand? That's what guns and spears must have looked like to wolves when they first saw us. So now, you can probably see why wolves don't usually attack humans. They're fully capable of killing us with ease. And if a wolf fought bare-hand with a human, the wolf would win 100,000 out of 100,000 times. Still, the numbers prove something interesting. Between 2002 and 2020, there were fewer than 500 confirmed wolf attacks worldwide. Most of those were from rabid animals or defensive bites, and only about 67 were considered actual predatory attacks. For such powerful predators, that's shockingly rare. So to sum it up, wolves are smart enough to know we're dangerous. They've lived alongside us long enough to respect the risk, and they've got easier food options like deer and moose that don't fight back, or have things that go rat-a-tat-a. So wolves may look scary, but most of the time, they'd rather avoid us entirely. Now let's head back into the water, this time Antarctica. Meet the leopard seal. At first sight, these things don't even look real. Long snake-like bodies, massive jaws, and a smile that looks straight out of a horror movie. They're the third largest seal species on Earth, reaching over 11 feet long and weighing up to 1,300 pounds. That's heavier than a grand piano, except this piano can break a bowling ball with its jaw. Leopard seals are brutal hunters, and of course, their favorite meal is penguins. I know penguins are cute, but the leopard seal has got to survive. And they don't just eat them. Sometimes they toy with them first, letting them go, catching them again, tossing them around like a chew toy. Cold, but it shows how smart and confident they are. If the penguin part wasn't enough, just look at their faces. Wide black eyes and those strange nostrils make them look like some mashup of land and water dinosaurs. It's like nature couldn't decide whether to build a lizard or a sea monster, so it made both. As for leopard seals, they don't usually attack humans, but there is an exception. Back in 2003, a British biologist named Kirsty Brown was dragged underwater by one while snorkeling in Antarctica. It's the first and only confirmed fatal attack on a person, which proves they're capable. If they wanted to, they could absolutely hunt us. But strangely, most encounters tell the opposite story. Divers report leopard seals being curious. Instead of ripping people apart, they've been seen bringing dead penguins to divers, almost like they're offering food or trying to teach humans how to hunt. If a predator of this caliber gave me a gift, I'd literally be shocked and pickle myself, because that sounds more like a dream than reality. So why don't they target us more often? Maybe it's the same deal as wolves and orcas. We're too strange, too unpredictable. They know they can take us, but they don't see us as worth the risk. So to sum it up, leopard seals are proof that not every apex predator sees humans as food. Some see us as pests, others see us as dangerous, and some maybe even as friends, which honestly might be the scariest thought of all. Beyond these three, my favorite apex predator that doesn't want to mess with us is orcas. So tell me in the comments, what's yours? And subscribe to get smarter with us.